Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is episode 88 of our Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Um, we just did a bunch of stuff in town. We've got to go interrogate that Hell Knight that is using um, Sosiel's brother's name, find out what's going on there. And then we head out and explore. Let's take a look at the Crusader Affairs real quick. See if we can build a couple of things again. A couple more things here. Well, enemy armies got to us, so we'll take care of that first. Glavasu. Now this guy teleports. I don't know why it says these guys are not demons. They're demons, but so that kind of sucks for us because he's going to teleport in. Wow. Ah, Mongol sharpshooters. These guys, bandits. They're better shots. There we go. Defended our little fort. That's good. Treachery. A worried aide reports that a crime has been committed in the Citadel. A few days ago, the night patrol officer Ikeam Clor did not turn up for guard duty. An unsuccessful search for him ensued. It was then suggested that Clor had secretly left Dresden and deserted. Circumstances of his vanishing demand investigation. So we can investigate, or we can ignore it. I think we should investigate. Let's go ahead and do that. Buried in rubble, Ikeam Clor's body was found at the walls of Dresden. The nature of the wounds leaves no doubt that he was stabbed by a man or by someone similar in appearance and build, rather than mauled by a demon. Examination of the corpse in the area have revealed that Clor turned up to the crime site of his own volition and then suffered a penetrating wound to the chest, which made him unconscious before being finished off. The attempt at hiding the body seemed negligent. The interrogator concluded that the murderer was in no hurry and mastered the appropriate skills, so must have let the body be discovered intentionally. All right, that one's built all the way up. I thought so, but I always like to check those ones when I'm not 100% sure. Check out the Gloomy Gorge. So we got room for a few more things. We got a sanctuary here, archery range, citadel, hospital. Supply center. Alright, let's take a look, see what we got here. Apothecary, extra energy, or that apothecary, 10% wound adjacent buildings. Arsenal, +1 AC. Garrison's barrack. The archery, so that would increase our people. Spellcaster's lounge. Spellcaster's lounge increases recruitment growth of main spellcaster for the main spellcaster's lodge. I don't have a main spellcaster. We'll have to take care of that. Garrison stable. Hospital. We have a hospital, right? Yep. Mercenary guild. Salvaging post. It does increase our energy by 1. Sanctuary. We have a sanctuary already. Shelter would be nice as well as smithy. Teleportation circle. Training grounds, watchtower. I think a salvaging post will be handy. And then we'll go to Dresden and check out this spellcaster, main spellcaster area. Hospital. Main spellcaster's lounge. Church guards, war priests, monks, assassins, witches, and bards. Oh, we need building points, so let's buy some building points. All right. Now let's go to the jail and interrogate the guy. See what we can get out of that.
Let us be off.
There's Neural. There's Sosiel.
Let's move.
You've never seen Sosiel like this. The usually calm, friendly cleric of the goddess of beauty is furious. He is shaking the impostor, holding him by the collar with both hands. Who are you? What do you know about my brother? Speak! Speak, you scum! Brother, huh? The impostor cringes. Yeah, you do look like him. Come on, holy man. Give me a dozen lashes. The blood drains from Sosiel's face. His fingers unclenched and he recoils away from the bars. Sosiel, what's wrong with you? The priest shakes his head. It's like a bad dream or an evil fade joke. Please, help me make sense of this before I lose my mind. Who are you, really? The name's Graham. Abadar knows my last name. He's got it all written down, but it's above our rank to know our lineage. The man's lips curl in disdain. How are you connected to the Hell Knights? What's my connection? I serve them. Well, used to. I was a soldier in the Order of the Nail. Untitled Chapter. Damn them all. Then I ran away from them. I wasn't cut out to serve like that. I wasn't a knight, not even a squire, just infantry. I got sick of getting my back whipped, so I had an idea. I hid the armor at night, and when I got a chance, I just ran. Tell me about the Extirpators chapter. What's there to talk about? They're scum, just like the rest of the black-clad brutes. What was our captain thinking when he got us hired by them? Maybe he hoped they'd knight him, or maybe he just wanted money. They had deep pockets. The Order of the Nail, Extirpators chapter, they mostly hunt monsters. You know, dragons, other beasts. Study them, stuff them. They didn't tell me what they were doing in the World Wound. Maybe they decided to hunt some distorted beast who grew tentacles and horns because of a demonic surge. They, turned into freaks. They do pay well, but they make you work for every coin. If you do anything they don't like, they beat you with a stick or a whip. They don't pity people at all, even their own, not to mention us. In the year I served them, the unit shrank by half, so I ran away. I wanted to live too much. How do you know the name Trevor Vernick? I was his valet for a year. Polished his black armor, tightened his straps. I was a drudge, all in all. He's evil, that Trevor, a devil of a man. He had me punished so many times. A whip for every slip is what he'd always say. A whip for every slip. You're lying! You're lying, scum! I'll show you! Yeah, you're his brother, all right. He even used to bare his teeth like you do. You scum, he'd say. If your ears don't work, let's see if your back gets the message. That, that's not true. Biting his lip, Sosiel takes a step back. It can't be. Where were you going when Anivia caught you? Wouldn't you like to know? I thought I'd go to Mendev, sell the armor, and use the money to keep going. Didn't matter where. Maybe the River Kingdoms. Maybe to Varasia. I don't care, just as long as it's away from the demons and demon fighters. Where is Trevor now? With the other Knights of the Pike. I hope they whipped him good for losing his armor. What, cleric, haven't you seen your brother for a long time? Give me the map. I'll show you where their camp was when I escaped. They probably haven't gone far. Sosiel turns to you, his teeth clenched, his hands shaking. I don't want to believe Trevor became a Hell Knight. Please, we need to go there and find out for ourselves. Let's go, Sosiel. He's not going anywhere. Sure, go on. Good luck getting there. All right. So we got some more things to do here for our buddies. All right, so we're going to go head outside, find out where this encampment is. Do a little exploring. Take my standard crew. Oh, that's right. They got upgraded to Corsairs. All right. Let's see where we can go. Ravaged Longhouse, Core of the Riddle, Heart of Mystery. There's their camp up there. Looks like we can probably get there through this route. Might want to go to the core of the riddle here. We got this demon army here. Demon fortification. Oh, it looks like not demons, but our peeps. Got a little bit of places we can explore here and here. Oh, that level 10 demon army. That's going to be a trick. A level 8 demon army there. Things to explore. Dragon Burial Ground's way over there. Some more area we could explore here. Let's head this way. See if we can find this camp. Yeah, I definitely don't want to go there just yet. All right, let's head up this way. Got some more angels. Morale is high. Okay, we got some more angels there. Let's go back to here. We don't really need to move any of our guys yet, so let's go ahead and camp before something horrible
Let me
happens
teach you
to
a good
us.
Galarian song. You know, where I come from, there's a saying. If you want to understand a foreign people, learn their songs.
That is surprising. Yes, I'd like to try. Go on.
All right, time to fight. Oh, one of these. A sneaky, unhallowed Bodak.
Please, allow me. I will resist!
We will be victorious!
Simidan
I'm
pack leader.
wounded. Can it be the end?
What the heck? That was crazy insane.
Prepare yourself.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
No glory without risk!
Another ghoul cleric. Another ghoul. There are a lot of ghoul clerics. Holy smokes, there are a ton of ghoul clerics. Oh my goodness.
Go.
Magritio Turino. Amronda Gratior. Amronda Gratior.
Desna, guide my hand.
You won't survive me.
The light. Take you!
Ona Adayana.
You're irrelevant.
Forwards!
Make your peace.
Wow, that Simidan tore us apart. Or tore Joseph apart. Just like wham, 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 wham. Amulet, take that. Mighty Fists +4. That might work for blue. We'll have to check that out. Oh, we were emptied because of that. Okay, and that. Got to remember that stuff when we do things like that. All right. Unarmed attacks and natural weapons, and that's what blue uses, natural weapons. So we are going to put D8 plus 23. Yep. All right.
Follow me.
All right. We'll wait for Joseph to heal all the way up, and then we'll head on out of here. That was quite the fight. That pack leader really hit hard. Burn down shack. Let's go check out the burn down shack. Yeah, got some stuff. Oh. Things. Stuff. Oh, we can do Holy Warriors again, but we don't have the Yeah. Altars and stuff need to be fixed as well. Oh, the Royal Parade is going. See, that takes 4. I don't really want that just yet. I'd like to get that for one of these farther out places. So we're going to hold off on this because we don't have the energy for that. These are all diplomacy, which we've got going on right there. We don't need the distributing provisions yet because our morale is high. And I'm going to hold off on updating the outpost to a bastion until we get one of these farther out, like this one here or something like that, that they're a decent distance away. All right. So now what do we got here? We got some Courtiers, Church Guards, which are not available yet. Some Archers. The heck are these? Convicts. I don't want convicts. Champions. They hit hard, but they die quickly. Marksmen. Convicts. Hedge Knights. They need shield bearers. We're going to come down to Dresden. Hire the shield bearers. And this army will go ahead and get the Courtiers. All right, that's army building. At this way, I wonder if we get to the Heart of Mystery through here. I don't think so. Probably have to take this fort. There's this big old ragged gash is there, so let's go this way. Some more enemies to fight. Ash Giants.
I will prove my worth. I will defend my dream. Disappear.
There's the other Ash Giant.
Prepare yourself.
You know there's going to be more than just a pair of Ash Giants. There's another Ash Giant.
Endure this!
We won't falter!
Mind over muscle. Desna, guide my hand!
Make every strike count.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Make your peace.
And there he goes. All right.
We will win this war.
Master of Great Club. Great Club. Master of Great Club.
March on.
And out we go. More giants. Spotted by the enemies. Random encounter. Another fight. Oh, these, I hate these things.
The struggles never cease. I will resist!
You won't fall here. I swear it. You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Missile Hunter.
You're irrelevant.
Into the fray!
Prepare yourself!
Oh, an ash giant along with them.
You won't survive me.
Mind over muscle.
Begone, fiend!
Desna, guide my hand!
Endure this.
Strike with all your might.
I'll remove this obstacle.
Oh, wow.
Fall!
Get her bow. Great Club.
Onwards.
And exit the area. Alright. People are starting to get tired, so we need to camp. Don't want to go into an area not camped up. Why can't we stay in Lady Arilu's laboratory for, say, a month? We secretly had enough time for research. Maybe it has something to do with the demons and the crusade and the world wound threatening all of Galorian. But no, that's probably no big deal. All right, let's go in. Well, that doesn't look good. How big's the map? Not very big.
It went splendidly.
Judging by the burrow's form, it was dug by an incredibly huge purple worm. Oh. That probably is going to be a difficult fight.
Let us be off.
A giant crack in the diseased, parched land. Deep down are huge branching burrows. Yep, we can get out this way.
Let's move.
They're all dead. Wait, what's that sound? Do you hear that sound? Oh, purple worm time.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh, I'm betting this is not going to be pleasant.
Make your peace.
Well, she did more damage than I thought she was going to. 35 armor class. Let's see, roll 17 plus 17. Yep, she needs to not have all of those modifiers.
Make every strike count.
Ba, er, riti.
No glory without risk.
We can do it.
39 damage. Take this off.
I will resist.
Ah, I need 11 to couldn't hit squat.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Um,
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Prepare yourself.
Can't hit with 11s? That's bad.
You won't survive me.
Go.
Something over there.
There's a trap.
Into the fray.
Zero strength damage. Oh, Sealess poisoned. Alright, doesn't say what it does. Okay. Go ahead and remove this.
Desna, guide my hand.
Still need the 11s. Okay.
Endure this!
The monster is dead. Wiping the sweat from his face, Sosiel looks over the battlefield. It's the extirpators. This enemy must have been more than they could manage. The cleric folds his hands in for a short prayer. Do you see your brother among them? No, he's not. I don't see him among these people. The relief is palpable in the young cleric's voice. What can you say about the bodies? They died not long ago. Judging by the wounds, they were killed by the same beast we just dispatched. Looks like the imposter sent us into a trap. Yes, looks like it. Let's return to Dresden and... Sosiel clenches his fist. Oh, Shalane, help me endure this entire story. You know I don't recognize myself. I serve the goddess of love. But the Hell Knights, I hate them. I really do. It's sickening. But I don't know how to get rid of this feeling. Why do you hate the Hell Knights so much? The fact that we even tolerate them is a disgrace to the entire Crusade movement. Cruel tormentors who are indifferent to the suffering of others, or who perhaps even enjoy it. What are they doing on our side? Why do we let them justify all the atrocities they participate in the Crusades? What does your faith say about it? It's a temptation, and I must overcome it. Their cruelty stirs indignation in me. I'd like to believe it's righteous, but they can also call their spite righteous anger. I shouldn't be like them. I shouldn't answer evil with evil. But goddess, it is so hard. You really haven't been yourself since the imposter showed up. The things he said about my brother, I admit I want to grab him by the throat and squeeze so hard his spine cracks. It is a dirty, unworthy desire, but I can't get rid of it. And worse, I think the reason I'm so angry is because I'm afraid he's telling the truth. Sela looks at Sosiel with sympathy. Hold on, brother. If you need to talk, drink, and forget everything or howl your grief at the moon, come to me. I'll support you. War is hard on good people. Let's go. We have to talk to the imposter again. Sosiel nods without saying a word. Alright, let's take care of this.
Together, we stand.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Let me help. Magritium Turinos.
There we go. Getting a lot of items out of this. Ooh, there's just a +1 flail, but still good loot. +1 long spear.
What's that?
Ah, that trap there. All right, let's deal with these
I
traps.
shall not be swayed from my path. This is where I shine. I'm glad I was useful to you.
All right, let's go over here.
I finished here. Is there more?
All right. Bodies torn to pieces. Steel armor crumpled like paper. Wand of Cure Light Wounds. +1 Ring of Protection. Living Flame. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy to harm undead for the next 2 rounds, they become surrounded by a fire shield that deals a d6 plus the character's level fire damage to the attackers for each successful melee attack against the wearer. Yeah, I think we'll just keep our cloak we got. All right.
Please, be careful.
All right, so there's a thing up there.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
I refuse to accept their statement.
Oh, ready for battle. Ravenous Crater Shadow.
Make your peace.
Forwards!
All right, let's look what we picked up. All right, we got that. We got that. Let's see here. What do we got? A flaming +1 dagger. Wand of Cure Moderate Wounds. Well, this is a Wand of Curing Day, isn't it? Several daggers that we might be able to get to our dagger wielder guy. Alright, let's head on
The
down.
mongrel did it. Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Head out and do a little more exploring. Let's go down this way. Oh. Itchy nose. Occultist Archer.
You called? I will resist!
Battle, my friends!
That occultist sniper.
The light take you!
Make every strike count. Did you see that?
You should have listened to reason.
We won't falter!
Prepare yourself!
Alright, we got a wizard around here somewhere. There we go.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Desna, guide my hand!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
You won't survive me.
Wow, that was terrible.
Strike with all your might!
Make your peace.
There we go. Come on. Ah! Let's head out. Let's see what's down this way. The Fouled Barrows. Knapsack on a tree. Let's go this way. Well, we're going to have to head back to Dresden on our next nap. This land has suffered so terribly under the demons. I will try to paint it as it was before the invasion. Beautiful, the way it will be again after we win. Oh, we can do Heavenly Warriors again. I think we'll do one of these instead for right now. We've got 2 more days for the Royal Parade, so we're going to wait for that to go through. And then do one of these 4, I think. Dwarven property. Part of the fortress wall sustained damage in a demon attack on Dresden. A number of buried golems covered in dwarven runes were discovered among the collapsed stones. Upon hearing this news, a member of a dwarven clan has contacted the commander and claimed that the golems belong to them. What should be done with the golems? So we can give the golems to the dwarves. That'd give us 40 material points. That's kind of the way I'm leaning. Keep the golems inside the walls for military experience. Extract the golems and use them in battle. Unlocks the Golems Decree. That's kind of a good one, too. Force the dwarves for pay for having illegally stored the golems in the walls. Let's see what that one is. "12 shield bearers are recruited and add 1,500 finance points." Earth Elementals. I'm going to give them back to the dwarves. Dwarves have accepted the commander's fair decision and sent generous gifts in return. Fight!
Follow me.
Got a lot of these things. All right.
Please, allow me. I will resist!
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Not a ton of damage, but some damage.
We can do it!
Ah, killed one of those plague guys.
Endure this!
Prepare yourself!
Mind over muscle.
Forwards!
Into the fray.
Make every strike count. Your performance is lacking. You are lacking. I will bring down the divine wrath.
March on.
That was an interesting little encounter there. Oh, story time. Iridescent streaks appear in the billowy violet sky above the deserted land. The streaks are not like an ordinary Galorian rainbow. They look more like oil droplets in water. The sweltering haze in the sky seems to waver along with the streaks. Time and again, one of the commander's party spots some movement out of the corner of their eye and reaches for their weapon, only to immediately realize they were mistaken. The ground underfoot turns a muddy gray, covered in a dense layer of ash expelled by geysers. Curious natural phenomenon not uncommon in these parts. In the distance, barrows can be seen, appearing only as vague piles of rock in the haze. The wind whips clouds of ash into the faces of the commander and his party. Along with the ash, the wind ushers in ragged gray clouds that shroud the sky. A giant eye cloud unblinkingly watches the commander and his party from above. One can only imagine how insignificant the creatures struggling across the land must seem from such a height. In a break in the clouds, the white of the sky's eye pulses, ready to burst like a boil. The dark cloud of the purple glows blacker still. The commander decides to... well, we got a better chance at that than this. Now let's do the perception. Study the shape of the clouds more closely. That would be Lan. Lan observes that in the wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs with peril. This is no mere storm. What's brewing is something brought by the abyss and possible only in the wound. Try to recall any previous mention of such a phenomenon. Failed. Needed anything but a 1, right? Yep. Nino observes that in this wind, the ordinary storm clouds cannot coalesce into clear shapes. The air throbs. Yep. This is the first time Nino has encountered this phenomenon. It is possible that none of the Crusaders have witnessed such a thing before. Well, let's make for the burrows. The only cover in the middle of the wastes. Now, this will be a harder check. Succeeded. Living creatures can be beaten, but one cannot conquer a force of nature. The commander decides to run for cover. The party manages to reach the burrows before the storm swells to its full force. Something suddenly drops from the sky, landing with a splat at the commander's feet like an overripe fruit. It is white, about the size of a chestnut. It has a dark center, and the longer the commander stares at it, the more it seems like something is staring back. The fruit looks disturbingly like an eyeball. The whirlwind of ash stops the party from looking up to see what is happening in the sky. Perhaps a carrion bird was carrying its already rotting prize home. At least, that is what all the companions are hoping as they cluster around the milky white eyeball. A second eyeball lands nearby with an unpleasant squelch, leaving only a bloody splash on the ash-covered ground. 2 eyeballs cannot be a coincidence. The looming rocky edge which give the barrow the appearance of a hill. Looks like they could come crashing down on the party's head at any moment. However, they do offer protection from the storm. The horrific hail misses the party almost entirely, and eyeballs lay around them in a wet cacophony. The land around the barrows looks more like a dumping ground than a burial ground. The storms have bleached skulls and bones, rusted armor, and dented swords. This is a familiar sight. More surprising are the arms and legs of golems scattered around the waste, the once snarling faces of animals that now lack all resemblance to their living brethren, things that look like horse carcasses but with broken mechanical legs. Everything is brown with rust and long forgotten. A battle was fought here once. Though the veil of ash, the party struggles to find the entrance to the barrow. Focusing on traces of magic. Nino senses the traces of generations upon generations of Sarkorians performing rituals between and inside the burial mounds to grant their ancestors peaceful slumber. The magical signature unerringly leads her to the entrance, as ash-darkened pieces of the casting that cover it crumbling under the slightest pressure. The mouth of the barrow is cold and smells like damp and dust. Most of the ash lies underfoot, pressed into glossy, slippery crust. It is clear that the barrow has been constructed above a cave system. The deliberately carved-out corridors stretching off into the barrow's depths leave room for natural passages. The wind, wailing through the stalactites in the dark, carries a strange sound similar to a desperate human cry. Help me! Help me! The party strains to hear and decides to find out who the voice belongs to. Ooh, this one will be tough. We failed on a 2, succeeded on a 9. The longer Nino listens, the more the voice changes. One moment it sounds like a desperate cry of a child. The next, the piercing, raging scream of a woman. The next, bird song. It cannot be ruled out that she's hearing only what she wants to hear. Ah, heck it. Let's go. Go towards the voice. Probably a bad thing, but we're going to do it anyways. Joseph Starfyre cannot ignore the cries for help, and the party rushes towards the sound, frequently looking around for enemies or traps. A strange thing, the closer they get to the voice, the less distant the pleas become, blurring into the grinding speech of a rusty mechanism. The only passage leading farther into the burrow finishes in a dead end, a spacious cave, its walls decorated in frescoes that have almost entirely faded over time. Before the companions have a chance to decide whether to look for a door or turn back, the cave floor, which seems solid with well-trodden ash, vibrates and begins to ripple like water. One after another, the commander's companions are sucked into the thick, ashy mess like they've stepped into quicksand. Okay, make a run for it. Grab hold of projections on the walls. Assess the situation. Let's do this one. The party understands that panicking is pointless. Assessing the situation and formulating a plan of action is more than useful. When they stop struggling, they notice that the quick ash seems to loosen its grip and turn. Below, they can hear strange noises like grinding metal. Could there be a mechanism drawing the quick ash downward? The exit from the cave is still too high up, and now the party have only one route out, down. Well, let's grab hold of projections on the wall. The party notices fissures in the nearest wall and tries to grab onto a crack and climb out. The commander's companions hang suspended above the quagmire for a time, but they cannot move any further. There is no ledges on the walls to grab onto. Even the strongest party members begin to lose their grip and gradually slide down. All right, make a run for the exit. The party floats in the quick ash like water and manages to slow their sinking with precise measured movements. They maintain their composure, giving them time to think about what to do next. The party tried everything it can. The only option left is to accept its fate. Those who wish to speak barely have time to say their goodbyes. Closing his eyes tight, the commander takes a deep breath and dives. The quagmire's resistance vanishes as expected. The commander opens his eyes, sensing he is in a free fall. Through the gloom, he sees a spear sticking out parallel to the ground and manages to grab hold of the wood and hang suspended from it. Suddenly, everything jolts into action. Dozens of daggers, saws, swords, and spears spring out from all sides, whirling through the air, but this is no enemy ambush. The weapons are being brandished by the pistons and loudly scraping gears of a giant mechanism. The spear that saved the commander was so rusted in its position that it no longer is able to move. The party has found itself in the heart of a giant metal flower growing up out of the ashy quagmire covering the floor. The orang, built by the forges of the abyss, tries to close its petals, crushing, mashing, and cutting its victims into pieces. But years of lying dormant in the darkness have taken their toll. Its articulations move with a soul-shredding shriek and become easily jammed. The mummified bodies of unlucky Crusaders can still be seen hanging, speared on rusted blades. If the commander wants to avoid their fate, he must... Let's see, we've got success, success, success. Let's figure out what makes the orang move. Even a magical mechanism is still a mechanism. From above, the commander has a good view of the orang's inner workings. Large toothed wheels are set into motion by gear shafts. It all becomes clear. If the gear shafts can be jammed, the movement will be stopped. The commander is almost out of time. Another few minutes and it will all be over. Realizing that a simple escape isn't possible, the commander decides to try jamming the orang's main mechanisms in the heart of the flower. He looks around for something sturdy and finds a hammer in the hands of a dead paladin. The body of the paladin, clutching the warhammer in its hands of bone, hangs from one of the orang's hammers pointing directly upward. The commander is lucky that the warrior chose to meet his death with a weapon in hand. The commander drags the body towards him and grabs the hammer. But the servant of light's grip is still surprisingly strong and refuses to relinquish the weapon. The bone arms are easily ripped from the skeleton's shoulders, still holding the hammer. The commander tosses the lot into the heart of the orang. The hammer falls, sparking off gears and getting stuck between them. With a ferocious screeching and scraping, the Urnag, whatever it's called, tries to grind up the hammer, but it cannot. A tremor travels up the petals. There is a deafening cracking sound, and the Urnang stills forever. After carefully extracting themselves from the clutches of the broken Uranag, the commander and his party find themselves up to their knees in ashy sludge once more. But this time it only harmlessly squelches between their feet as they walk. A dark breach yawns before them, and the cry the commander heard at the entrance of the barrow rises up once again. Help me! Since there is no other route, the commander decides to pray for the dead Crusaders. The commander offers up a prayer, thanking the Crusaders who helped their fellow soldiers even in death, and asking for forgiveness for not treating their bodies with the respect they deserve. He feels warmth suffuse him, like the dead truly are with him, and wishing the party good luck on its onward journey. After all its ordeals, the party finally goes up to the surface and emerges in a small chamber. Pipes protrude from numerous openings dotted along the walls, and they connect to a small box adorned with Baphomet symbols. The box cries out, producing high, plaintive noises that, when carried through the pipes, begin to sound something like, "Help me." The commander knows that this is just another demonic mechanism created to lure Crusaders into the barrow. He smashes the box, shattering small bolts and gears across the room. Silence reigns. There are no secrets left in this place now. All right. Well, we are well over our hour because that was all nothing but reading. I was hoping we'd enter a map area and then just stop there. But with that over, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all the buttons. What's this? Storm of Justice. Oh, we can just blast armies out. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, thanks for watching. I've been Sir Joseph. You guys have been awesome. Do me a favor, stay safe out there. Until next time, I'll talk to you later.